Hello everyone, thanks for being here. My name is Saghir Ahmad Khan. I'm a consulting CISO with over 15 years of experience in cybersecurity across the Gulf and international market, and a 3 times of CISO of the Year award winner. Today I want to give you a frank, practical picture of where artificial intelligence sits in our industry right now, as both our most powerful tools and our most dangerous adversary. The number on this slide set the scene. We are seeing 3.5 billion AI generated phishing attacks sent every single day. Attacks assisted by AI have increased by 300% since 2023. The AI cybersecurity market is projected to reach 265 billion by 2031, and already 70% of security operation centers expect to use AI tools by 2026. This is not a future conversation. This is happening right now in our organization, in your organizations, whether you have a strategy for it or no. Let us make sure you do, you have. Let me give you the context before we get into the specifics. Look at the timeline from 2015 to 2025. In 2015, the majority of attacks were manual, relatively unsophisticated, script kiddie level, and when we reached to 2019, we saw the rise of ransomware as a service, which lowered the barrier for criminals significantly. And by 2022, state-sponsored actors were using AI for reconnaissance, quietly mapping network and identifying targets at a scale humans simply cannot match. And today, after 2025, we are dealing with autonomous agents, AI-driven threats that adopt in real time, rewrite their own codes, and operate entirely without human guidance. The key insight here is this: AI has collapsed the attacker's cost curve. What used to require a sophisticated, well-funded threat actors can now be done by almost anyone with access to the right tools. And attack surface has expanded from system and network to every human, every device, and every decision in your organization. If security strategy was designed for your organization in 2019, it's already outdated. So, how exactly are adversaries weaponizing AI? Let me walk you through the 6 most significant threats vectors as we are saying in 2025 and early 2026. First, AI-generated phishing. Large language models can craft hyper-personalized spear phishing emails at industrial scale. 3.5 billion of these are sent daily. 3.5 billions. These are not poorly worded scam emails you trained your staff to spot 5 years ago. These are contextually perfect, written in the right tone, and referencing the right projects. Second, the deepfake and voice cloning. We have documented a case from Hong Kong in 2024 where a company lost 25 million in a single deepfake video call. A finance employee was convinced they were speaking with the CFO of their company, but actually they were not. And thirdly, autonomous malware. AI-generated code that rewrites itself on every execution, making traditional signature-based detection obsolete. When we talk about the fourth, AI-powered reconnaissance, attackers can now map your entire attack surface in hours, not a week, not a days. And if we talk about the fifth one, adversarial AI attacks, where the attacker is targeting your AI security tools directly, not your infrastructure. And we talk about the sixth one, LLM jailbreaking, turning your own AI tools against you. This is not the theoretical. Every one of these is happening to organizations like you right now. Okay, but here is the good news. And I want to be clear that there is genuinely good news. The same AI capabilities that attackers are using can be and are being turned to defense. In many areas, AI gives defenders capabilities they simply never had before. Threat detection using machine learning can now identify anomalous behavior and zero-day threats in real time without requiring a known signature. That is a fundamental shift from how detection has worked for the past 20 years. And automated incident response through SOAR platform is cutting mean time to respond by 37% and more. That matters enormously. Every minute a threat is active in your environment is a minute of potential damage. Predictive vulnerability management is letting organizations prioritize which vulnerability actually need patching based on real exploitability, not just severity score. If we talk about the user behavior analytics can detect a compromised account based on how the user is behaving, not just what credentials they used. And if we talk about AI-powered SIEM tools from Splunk, Microsoft Sentinel, and Google SecOps are reducing alert noise by up to 60%. If we talk about AI-managed deception technology, which is creating adaptive honeypots that generate live, actionable threats intelligence. The tools are there. The question is whether your organization is using them or not, or your organization is ready to use this or not. If we talk about the AI-powered SOC, so this slide makes the operational reality very concrete. The difference between a traditional SOC and AI-augmented SOC. On the left, the traditional picture that most of you will recognize. 10,000 alerts a day, most of which are false positive. Analysts spending 2 to 4 hours manually triage each of them. Mean time to detect of 60 or more days. For the soft side, okay, 20 days. Which means breaches are being discovered 2 months or at least 1 month after they happen. Analysts burning out and leaving, and fundamentally reactive posture. You find out you were breached after the fact. On the right side, the AI augmented SOC. The AI filters more than 80% of alerts, so analysts only see what genuinely need their attention. Triage, enrichment, and playbooks execution happen automatically. Detection time drops from months to hours or even minutes. Response time is cut by 35 to 50%. Analysts are freed up for complex, high-value investigations work. And posture become proactive, not reactive, predicting and preventing before a breach occurs. I want to be honest with you. The tools to make this transformation are available today. Splunk Enterprise Security, Microsoft Essential, CrowdStrike Falcon, Cortex XSOAR, Darktrace, these are mature, deployable platforms. The gap is not technology. The gap is organizational will and will to invest in the right tools, in the right time. If we talk about agentic AI in cybersecurity, so in this slide, it represents where AI is in cybersecurity is heading, and in some organization where it already is. Agentic AI, autonomous AI agents that do not just assist analysts, but independently detect, investigate, and respond to threats around the clock without requiring human inputs at every step. The cycle works like the agent continuously monitor. The agent continuously monitor all signals across your environment, all signals across your environment in 24/7. When it detects an anomaly using ML based detection, it moves the autonomous investigation, correlating events, assessing risk, and making a decision. If the threat is confirmed, it contains it automatically, isolating endpoints, revoking credentials, blocking traffic. It then executes remediation playbooks and restores the services. And critically, it learns from every event, continuously refining its own detection model. This is not science fiction. Early versions of this are running in organizations today. The question for you all, are you evaluating where agentic AI fits in your security architecture and what governance you need to wrap around it? Because autonomous AI making containment decision has enormous power and requires thoughtful oversight. So, you are ready for this? Next, I want to discuss the black box problem. Now I want to be balanced because AI in security is not without serious challenges. The next 4 slides covers the challenges I believe deserve the most executive attention. The first is what I call the black box problem. Most enterprise AI systems, including security tools, cannot explain why they made a particular decision. They can tell you a threat was flagged. They cannot always tell you why. This creates 4 distinct risks. First, no audit trail. Regulators and incident reviewers need explainable evidence. If an AI made a containment decision that turned out to be wrong and you cannot explain it reasonably, you have legal and compliance problem. Second, false positive erode trust. When analysts cannot explain why some was flagged, they start ignoring flags. That is precisely the wrong behavior in security context. If we talk about the thirdly, adversarial exploitation. If you do not understand your model's logic, you cannot anticipate how attackers will probe for its blind spot. And if we talk about the fourth one, regulatory non-compliance, GDPR, the European AI Act, APRA CPS 2 2034, Australian, all of them are moving towards requiring explainability in automated decisions. Black box AI is material compliance risk. My recommendations at this spot. Before deploying any AI security tool, demand an explainability framework from the vendor, make it a procurement requirement mandatory. So, adversarial AI and data poisoning. The second major challenge which I can see is one that many security leaders have not fully internalized yet. Attackers are now targeting the AI itself. 3 categories here. The evasion attacks involve crafting input specifically designed to fool your AI classifiers. Polymorphic malwares that rewrites itself to avoid AI-based detection is a live example. Adversarial examples can defeat image verification system. Attackers probe AI models systematically to find and exploit blind spots. Data poisoning is arguably more dangerous. If an attacker can inject malicious data into your AI's training pipeline, they can degrade its performance, embed hidden backdoors, or manipulate how it classifies certain threats. Supply chain attacks on open source AI models are growing vectors here. And AI model theft. Through repeated API skewering, attackers can reconstruct a proprietary AI models, understand its decision boundaries, and design attacks specifically optimized to evade it. The key insight I want you to take from this slide is this: as AI defense mature, so do AI attacks. Your security teams now has 2 things to protect: your infrastructure and your AI models. Most organizations are only thinking about the first one, but not thinking about the AI models. If we talk about the deepfake and AI social engineering, the deepfake challenge deserves its own slide because the numbers are stark and the threat is unlike anything we have dealt with before. 25 million lost in a single deepfake video call in 2024. A 3,000% rise in deepfake fraud attempts between 2023 and 2025 and growing. 98% of phishing attacks now contain AI generated content, and it takes just 4 minutes to clone a convincing voice from publicly available audio. The final challenge I want to cover is the one that keeps me up at night more than any of the technical ones: governance, skills, and the human factor. Fewer than 50,000 people globally have deep expertise in both AI and cybersecurity. That intersection of skill is extraordinarily rare. Meanwhile, there are 3.5 million unfilled cybersecurity positions worldwide. The talent gap is not closing, it is widening. On the regulatory side, organizations are now navigating the European AI Act, GDPR, APRA, CPS 2034, the NIST AI Risk Management Framework, the ISO 42001, often simultaneously, something with conflicting requirements. Getting this wrong is not just a compliance issue, it is a liability issue. So, what should leaders actually do? Here are my 5 non-negotiable priorities. Number 1, adopt AI in your SOC now, not next year, not after the next budget cycle. Evaluate your SIM and SOAR platforms for AI capabilities and begin automating Tier 1 triage immediately. If you are not using AI in your security operations, your adversaries already have the advantage. Number 2, secure your AI systems. Treat your AI models as critical assets, just like your data and your infrastructure. That means model governance, adversarial testing, data lineage control, and access management across all AI pipelines. If we talk about the number 3, build AI literacy in your security teams. Every senior security professional needs to understand how AI works, how it fails, and how it can be manipulated, not just how to operate the tools. This requires investment in cross-training and development. If we talk about the number 4, govern employees' AI use. Build an AI acceptable users policy. Deploy DLP controls around consumer AI platforms. Make it clearly a policy what data can and cannot be shared. Guidance is not enough. This needs to be enforceable policy with consequences. And if we talk about the number 5, embed AI in your risk framework. Update your GRC program to include AI risk. Map it to the NIST AI RMF and ISO 42001 and make AI risk a standing agenda. Item at the board level, not an annual review, a standing item. These 5 actions are achievable, measurable, and will meaningfully improve your organization's position. I want to close with a simple reframe. The question is no longer, will AI transform cybersecurity? It already has. The transformation is underway in every organization, whether they have a strategy for it or no. The only questions that matter now is your organization on the right side of the transformation? Are you using AI as a force multiplier for your defenses? Or are you standing still while your adversaries use it as a weapon against you? I believe every organization in this presentation or who are listening has the capability to get on the right side of this. It requires investment, it requires leadership commitment, and it requires the willingness to move faster than feels comfortable. Thank you so much.